Does the narcissist know they hurt you or realize they're hurting you? The short answer to that question is yes, they do know. And underneath their charming exterior lies a cold and calculating, abusive human being. If you want to call them that, human being, that is. Most of us think of them in terms of some kind of demon or monster. Hi everyone, it's Susan with the Narcissistic Abuse Journey Alliance. A big thank you to all of you who keep showing up to the channel and tuning in. Thank you. Unfortunately, because they have very limited to no capacity for empathy, a narcissist just doesn't care if they hurt you. Scientific research points to the narcissist's brain not lighting up in the area of the brain where healthy human emotions reside. And because of this, it is almost impossible to appeal to a narcissist's emotions and sensibilities. And they certainly can't tune into yours. But most importantly, they want to gain control over you, to keep you in line. Their control needs are through the roof. They have no boundaries, and if you step out of line, they will punish you in any way they can, by exerting their will over you, directly or through other people. They're sadists. Your pain is their pleasure. They use your pain for pleasure when things and circumstances in their own lives aren't going so well and not quite in control. They extract pleasure by being able to cause others pain. They are indeed weak individuals. And a little side note here. The best way to deal with a narcissist or someone who is throwing you under the bus is to embarrass them publicly. Don't confront them privately. Confronting a toxic narcissist publicly is the only way to deal with them. They hate being put on the spot and in their place in front of others, since their sense of superiority and how others perceive them is paramount. This is the only way. So they hurt you. So what? You'll get over it. Won't you? That's what they think. Their entitlement factor kicks in. So they think, why would they bother trying to make amends? They view you as their peon, and in their mind, superior to you and everyone else. By taking this stance of superiority, it keeps their profound inferiority complex at bay. And they'll let a few days go by or a week, sometimes longer, and then contact you as if nothing ever happened. They think you've forgotten what they did and have softened. They want you to forget. That's their strategy and favorite thing to do. Act like it's not their fault. They do not and will not take any responsibility for hurting you. They don't apologize either. They might say they're sorry, but it's just a way to shut you up if you happen to be pressing them about their behavior. And why is that? Because they're stuck. Children don't take responsibility when they do something wrong. They are perpetually stuck in their childhood wound. They take no responsibility for their behavior or actions. If they try and apologize, it's an empty, shallow, ring-around-the-rosy dialogue where you're watching their mouth move but nothing is coming out that is making sense or is authentic. Their profound insecurities prevent them from acknowledging any wrongdoing, and this should be a red flag to you. If you're in a relationship with someone or dating, when a person can't admit they're wrong, it's no good. It's a disaster waiting to happen. The narcissist always has to be seen as the nice guy or nice gal. They can't deal with being the bad guy, being the one that is wrong, being the person that inflicts hurt or pain, even though it's one of their specialties, because if they admitted that they were wrong, a huge wave of shame would wash over them, and they can't deal with that, the shame. So once again, yes, they do know they're hurting you, and they don't care. They delight in it. We are only living in denial if we think the narcissist can see the error of their ways and make any meaningful changes. They really can't. Even if it seems like things are changing for the better, soon enough, they will lapse back into their native tongue of lies, deception, and gaslighting. That's the base for their shit sauce recipe. And then, of course, they add other ingredients like cheating and betrayal to really spice up the sauce. Because even with their lack of empathy, you can rationalize their behavior and say to yourself, gee, I know he or she is often insensitive. They probably didn't mean to say that or do that, but in your heart of hearts, you know their behavior is quote unquote not normal, because now you can't turn away from the reality that's a pattern of behavior. They keep repeating the same mean behavior. No one's perfect, of course, but a narcissist won't come back to you an hour later or the next day and admit that what they said or did was hurtful to you and offer an apology or offer suggestions, but potential changes in their behavior. Things always seem to be shoved under the rug. This is mainly due to them having no insight into their own behavior. And as I said earlier, they will just let some time go by in hopes you forget about what they did. Arguing with them, trying to get them to see your point of view about how they hurt you or are hurting you is pointless too. They don't see it. They don't want to see it. If they saw it, you wouldn't be arguing with them in the first place, and you wouldn't be hurt. Save your breath. Again, they have no insight into their own behavior, and on top of everything, they just don't care. When you see that the narcissist lacks empathy about their hurtful behavior, the best thing you can do is walk away, or just let it lay in the moment. Don't create drama with them. Keep your peace, because that's where your power is. Because a narcissist loves creating drama in order to manipulate you, gaslight you, and distract you into thinking that it's your fault, whatever is going on, and not their fault. This happens personally, but it also happens professionally at work. Narcissists do know they're hurting you. I know it's not easy, but the best thing you can do is not take their hurtful behavior personally. Don't lash out. It's not about you, it's about them. Distance yourself from them. Start backing up slowly until whatever they do doesn't affect you at all. Go no contact. Don't give them any narcissistic supply, and get busy with your own life. That's the simple version. I know it's not that easy in certain circumstances. But the less you feed the fire with them, don't add to the drama, don't argue, don't engage with them, the better off you'll be. They get narcissistic supply from all their hurtful behavior, and that's their game and forte. They love upsetting you and others. And remember, negative attention is still attention, so don't play that game. So what are some things you'll do to help yourself emotionally as you move on from the toxic person or toxic people in your life? There are two things I'm incorporating into my daily life and being more mindful of. One is knowing how powerful a random act of kindness is. Believe it or not, random acts of kindness are few and far between because we think it won't matter. But it does. There's new research that indicates that the smallest thing, smiling at someone, tipping the waitstaff and saying thank you, holding a door for someone, all of it matters. So don't think that it doesn't. Another thing I'm incorporating into my daily life is listening to birds chirping for 5 minutes a day. So the new research on this one says you'll only need 1 second of bird sounds in order to improve your mental well-being for up to 8 hours a day. Isn't that great? I do it for 5 minutes, but the research says 1 second. And it doesn't have to be in nature. Listening to bird songs or sounds, chirping birds on an app or a video works just as well. For some reason, the sounds of birds deeply resonates with us. even at a subconscious level. So give it a try. I want us together raising public awareness about narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and toxic relationships, because that is the way we will make the world a better place. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please leave a comment below. I love your comments. Sending you all a big tight hug and lots of love, and I'll be in touch again soon.